know. I'm still very stuck on what to be. I think I need to go to the Halloween store and see all the options.
I think you should just go with someone from this episode, because at the beginning of it, everyone's wearing all those different costumes.
Right.
Homer's Julius Caesar.
Uh-huh.
You could do that. You could be Cleopatra.
Oh, yeah.
Radioactive Man.
I don't know who Radioactive Man is.
Oh, well, not yet, at least.
Oh, okay.
Nelson's a pirate.
Uh-huh.
Pirate's good.
Oh, I could do a pirate.
There's a Frankenstein monster.
Uh-huh.
I think a few of these I've actually been, because Bart was dressed as Alex from Clockwork Orange.
Ah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
I have that costume. You could borrow it if you want.
Oh, okay.
You could be Alex and people would be like, oh, big Kubrick fan? And you're just like, yep.
Yep, I am. Yeah, I'm still thinking about what I'm going to be. So I'll get back to you.
Okay.
What about you? What are you going to be?
It depends on where I'm working that day. Because I work with different ages of kids, and certain things are too scary for babies, but fine for elementary school.
Right.
And then maybe I'll be working with adults that day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe I'll be Arthur the Aardvark.
Oh, that's also a good one.
Maybe I'll be Sailor Mars.
Also,
who knows?
Incredible.
Well, welcome to a very spooky episode of I Love This, You Should Too. My name is Indy, Sailor Mars Randhawa, and with me is my lovely co-host. It's Samantha, Undecided Randhawa.
That's me. Yeah, I will have an answer soon, I promise.
So all October, it's Spooktober here on the podcast.
Ooh.
And it's haunted, as you can tell.
So haunted.
And we're going to be doing all spooky things. We'll have a couple of spooky movies, some spooky things of the fortnight, but today we are going to talk about what's becoming a little bit of a tradition now. We'll do a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror every year, and Samantha will tell us what we're going to be watching for our big spooky watch next week.
Spooky.
Any hints?
Spooky.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That's your hint.
So let's start off. Have you seen The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror 3 before?
I don't believe I have.
Whoa.
Somehow we skipped that one.
This is one of my very favorites. It came out on October 29th, 1992.
Woo. I was 4.
And is the 5th episode of season 4 of The Simpsons. I assume I watched this in 92, but I don't have a specific memory of it. But what I do have a specific memory of is every line of this episode. I have seen it many, many times. I wrote out all my notes before we sat down to watch it.
Just from your memory is wild to me.
And I wrote in quotes. I have everyone's costumes from the beginning,
Wow.
and it was just from my memory. And then we sat down and watched it, and I could put my notes away and just watch and see if I missed anything. Nope, I think I got it. Although I thought they threw a bottle at Marge, but it was in fact an ashtray.
Did you amend your notes?
I did.
Good.
So overall, how'd you like this one?
I thought it was funny. I enjoyed the stories. I like the pace. It's like a fun, quick pace.
So fast.
And I thought that the little short stories in it were super fun. I really enjoyed all of them.
So it starts off with a Alfred Hitchcock style parody. Alfred Hitchcock Presents was a show, and he would come out and introduce them, and he had that kind of silhouette with those outlines.
Right.
That Homer walks into, and then the joke is Homer is fatter than the silhouette.
That is pretty funny.
And it keeps up with this tradition of warnings that they were having at the beginning, because they had so many complaints these first few years about how this, and you look at it now, how it was, this was considered so violent for TV that they'd have to put warnings in front of it. And you watch it now and you think, oh, they cut away before anything ever happens.
This is like the most tame violence I've ever seen. There's way worse stuff on now.
I like how specifically he says, there's a lot of crybabies out there, religious types mostly. I thought that was really fun. I like that he gets distracted by a book of carpet samples. And then we get into the episode proper, which at this point they are still doing the tombstones with funny things. Funny, debatable. Because it has Buckminster Fuller. Is that funny?
I don't know who that is.
He's an architect most famous for the geodesic dome.
Right. I knew I recognized his name. I could not remember why I knew it.
Reference Buckminster Fuller probably more than most people do, so you probably heard me say it. Mostly because it's a fun name to say.
It is a fun name. That is quite the name for someone. But yes, geodesic dome. I remember listening to that Stuff You Should Know.
Oh, there you go. That's true. We did. And I think maybe the only one that was kind of funny was American Workmanship, and then it crumbles.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good bit.
That's pretty funny.
And we still have framing stories at this point, which I liked a lot. And in this one, it's going kind of back to episode 1, or Treehouse of Horror 1, where they are people telling stories. Mm-hmm. So it's actually the stories that they tell. And at the party, Homer's dressed as Julius Caesar. Oh, I think we kind of already talked about this. Bart as Alex from Clockwork Orange. Lisa's the Statue of Liberty. Wendell's an astronaut. And we get Lisa's story first, and she says she's going to tell a story about a doll, which Homer doesn't think is very scary. And then she says, a doll from hell! And then that's scary. And I like that at this point in the Treehouse of Horror, they're still willing to play with animation and colors more than they do currently. Now, a lot of them don't look any different than regular Simpsons episodes because they're very locked into their rules.
Right.
But at this point, the animation overall, it's not like in season 1 where it was like really loosey-goosey and they don't have the rules, but they break the rules a bit more. And one of the things I loved was when Lisa laughs and her eyes go opposite directions.
Yeah.
And it has this really tight close-up and it's a bit of a low angle. And you don't see angles like that in The Simpsons normally. And I think Treehouse of Horror should look different.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's one of the things I miss most. That and it actually being horror-related, which they kind of
got away from.
Sometimes do, sometimes don't these days. And the first one is called Clown Without Pity. And it's based on a Twilight Zone episode, like so many of these are. I'm doing a Twilight Zone rewatch right now, but I haven't seen this episode, Living Doll, in many, many years. But that's what it's based on.
But you're familiar with it.
Yeah, I saw it the first time I watched the Twilight Zone, which was a few years back.
Okay.
But the first references we get are from Gremlins, which you've seen now.
I've seen Gremlins.
Did
that
you pick
shop.
up that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember that shop from Gremlins and was like, oh, I get a reference.
Yeah.
And pat myself on the back.
But instead of a Mogwai, he gets a cursed doll. But it comes with a free Frogurt.
Perfect.
Which is good.
Who doesn't love a Frogurt?
But the Frogurt is also cursed.
Yes.
But it comes with a free choice of toppings.
Also cursed.
No, well, the toppings contain sodium benzoate.
Oh, right. Yes.
That bit, that's good, that's bad, that's good, that's bad. And then he tells him
that was
that's
funny.
Bad.
I enjoyed
That's
that.
one of my all-time favorite jokes that I'm sure I used way too much when I was in elementary school. And then Homer comes home and he opens the door and it just slams Milhouse into the wall.
Poor
And
Milhouse.
that's another one of my favorite bits because there's nothing more to it. It's just that. It's just, Milhouse doesn't matter.
Does Milhouse throughout The Simpsons get that kind of treatment?
He's the dud. He's
Right.
the loser. Like, remember when we did our episode on Anne of Green Gables and what's her friend's name?
Diana.
I kept saying Diana is like a total Milhouse. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like, Diana's a dud.
Yeah.
Anne's like the lively one, and then there's Diana who's there as well.
When you have that much personality, though, your best friend has to be a little bit less.
That's like a Bart and Milhouse.
Yeah.
And then there's that good bit where, well, the doll is going to try to kill Homer in a bunch of different ways. First, it's a knife. I did like the with what, and then he pulls out a giant knife. And the bit where he's trying to harpoon Homer in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And
Like a whale?
Yeah. And Homer runs screaming through the house and passes Marge and her sisters. And Patty says that she just lost the last lingering thread of her heterosexuality. And 12 years later, in 2005, Patty would come out as gay.
Oh. And now we can pinpoint to the exact moment.
Yep, that was the last of it, was right there. He goes and throws the Krusty doll in a bottomless pit.
Yep.
And that's like an old gag in Simpsons that I like, of whatever they need geographically, they have in Springfield. There's a gorge.
There's so much.
There's a glacier. There's a giant mountain. Whatever you need, it's there.
A bottomless pit.
Bottomless pit. And then he comes back and he's strapped to the bottom of the car, like in the 91 version of Cape Fear. And they've used that reference more than once, because Sideshow Bob is also strapped to the bottom of the car once.
Oh.
And then they drive through a cactus patch.
Okay. I thought that the bottomless pit part was really funny, because what was the guy? There's a guy with a box, and it was nudes of somebody, but I can't remember. Whoopi Goldberg. And then the pit like spits him back out. Yeah. I thought that was very funny.
That's some of the jokes in this don't land as well for me now as they did then. It just seems like they had a funny bit and then put on a pop culture joke on top, which I didn't always love. They do that a few times in this episode. It's still an amazing episode, but that was a line that I always remembered. And then watching it today, I was like, I don't know if that's funny. No. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. You think it is, so clearly
I thought it was funny that there's like a body and like a suitcase and then a box gets spit back out.
Nobody wants naked pictures of Whoopi Goldberg. But it's a real shot at Whoopi. What did she do?
It really is. I wonder what her response to this was.
And Marge calls the number, which was something like 1-900 Don't Sue or something like that. And then the song on the while she's on hold is Everybody Loves a Clown by Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Which is a funny complaint line song about clowns.
That was a running bit too, that whenever you're on hold for something that you need, the song is relevant and kind of mocks you.
Oh, see, that's funny.
That happens quite a few times.
I like that, yeah.
We get the repairman who has a voice that's now associated with a specific character, but this was early on enough that it wasn't.
Oh.
So usually that voice is a guy with that's bald but has gray hair around the sides and a mustache.
Okay.
But not this time. But I love when he walks in and his face is surprised, but not that surprised.
Right, like he's seen this 7 times already today.
The crusty doll pulling on Homer's tongue. And then one of my favorite bits as well. Here's your problem. Somebody set this thing to evil.
Yeah. Why would it even come with an evil option?
That's the joke. I love that bit. And we get the happy endings. I loved that as a bit that they had running through this, that it ends in... There was a TV show called... I think it's called Love American Style or Romance American Style. Something like that. And it was a show where each episode would be different. It doesn't have a continuation, I don't think. But it would have some of the same actors, kind of like an American Horror Story thing we do now.
Okay, yeah.
And it would be like romance stories, and it would end with a dun 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 dun, like that they used in this one.
Oh, I didn't notice that little musical piece, but...
Oh, I love that. And then it's a heart...
Right.
That goes over
I've seen that before, but I didn't notice the music part.
And on this one, it's the crusty doll who now has kind of like a happy life with the Malibu Stacy doll.
Yeah.
And is nicer to her now than he was.
That's so nice.
Because he's good now.
He's a good doll. He's set to good.
Yeah.
Not evil.
So how'd you like that one overall?
I thought it was fun. It was not very spooky.
Well, killer doll. It's a little spooky.
But I mean, like, they get spookier.
That's very true. And then we get the other interstitial about this wraparound story with the Halloween party and people telling stories. And I like that Bart says, like, Grandpa, you've lived an interesting life. And Grandpa responds with, that's a lie and you know it. But I have seen a lot of movies. And they're just saying, yeah, we're just going to do a King Kong thing now. And they do.
Yeah.
I assume you've never seen the 1933 King Kong?
As we were watching this, I was like, I really need to see King Kong.
Have you seen any King Kongs?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And like Godzilla's in there somehow?
No, that's a dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla's not a dinosaur.
Don't they cross over at some point?
But that's different. In the original King Kong, he does fight dinosaurs.
Oh, really?
I'm 90% sure.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You're the one who's seen this.
King Kong has a pre-Godzilla history of fighting dinosaurs.
Okay.
For sure. And this was one of those dinosaurs.
Gotcha.
And then there's things later on when we get into crossovers.
Right. Remember when everything was a crossover for a couple of years?
I feel like that still exists.
Yeah, it totally does.
And I am annoyed by it all the time because now I'm going to get like bananas at the store and they're like, oh, how about these Ariana Grande's Special Bananas. I'm like, what is different about it? And like, well, her name's on the package.
I meant just movies, but yeah.
That too. Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. So, Homer's Horror Story.
Grandpa's.
Sorry. King Homer? Is that what it was
King
called?
Homer. This has another one of my very favorite jokes, like all-time jokes on The Simpsons. Ape Island. I wish we were going to Candy Apple Island. Candy Apple Island. What have they got there? Apes, but they're not so big.
I've definitely heard you use that joke before.
Oh, it's so funny. That's the kind of like triple misdirect that I like. The Islanders say Mosi Tatupu. Mm-hmm. And he says it twice. Well, how could that mean a full sentence? But it doesn't matter. But Mosi Tatupu was a running back for the Patriots.
What?
Yeah, that's where that comes from.
Oh.
He was very good. I think probably made a Pro Bowler too, but had a really consistent career right through the 80s.
Interesting.
And I think a little bit in the 70s and 90s as well. And running backs don't often have a real long career like that. But he was solid for many years.
Too much running.
Yeah. I think it's the things that stop them from running that really gets to them.
Fair.
And there's a bunch of good gags on their way to taking King Homer back to New York, or Springfield, I guess, in this case. One of the things that I liked is all of the Flash animation, and not like Flash animation from the 90s, but Flash animation there's a lot of pictures being taken in this, and how they animate those flashes.
Each one is like
very well done.
A thing.
Yeah. And things like that, lighting things, were very good in early Treehouses of Horror and don't always continue through the rest of the show.
Oh, interesting.
And there's a few pictures taken on early, and I noticed it then. And then, of course, it becomes a plot point because that's what drives King Homer crazy. Kind of a reference to the movie Young Frankenstein.
Oh.
You've never seen Young Frankenstein?
I haven't.
Oh, I already picked my spooky movie for this year, but maybe we should do that at some point. Young Frankenstein is very funny.
Maybe next Spooktober is just Frankenstein themed.
That's true. There's a few good ones.
I feel like we could go back and do just like classic monsters.
Oh, definitely.
Because we did Nosferatu.
Yep.
So we could do Frankensteins.
Mm-hmm.
We could do...
all the Draculas.
Yeah, all the Draculas. We could do... Wolfman.
New Wolfman movie this year that came out.
Is there?
Yeah, I started watching it last night, but then I was like, oh, it's midnight. I should go to sleep.
Yeah.
But if you want to watch it, we should. It looks good. First 10 minutes were great. I'm excited to watch it.
Okay, great. Wolfman.
Oh, yeah, back to this. Mm-hmm. And then he eats Shirley Temple.
He eats Shirley Temple?
Yeah, she's singing Good Ship Lollipop.
Oh, I missed that it was Shirley Temple. There were so many things happening that...
And there's a lot of references to things from before we were born.
Yes, yeah.
But I do like Shirley Temple.
Me too.
If you've ever watched her stuff, it's very good. She was very talented.
She's adorable and very talented.
And Good Ship Lollipop is a great song.
It's a classic.
For the longest time, I didn't know how it goes because I just would get interrupted with the... when she gets eaten up by Homer, because that's how I knew the song first.
That's how you heard the song first? Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And of course, Homer's too out of shape to climb up the building.
Which was very funny. And like, I like that they kept some Homer things in this story where he's not technically Homer.
Yeah, throughout these, I like when they do that, where it's a mix of whatever horror icon and the Simpsons character. And they keep it halfway between both. Yeah.
I like that because Homer wouldn't be able to climb a building.
No.
Even if he wasn't an ape.
And then we get our happy ending at their wedding. And Homer eats Marge's dad. And this is the first time we see Marge's dad, but we only get to see a foot.
Clancy.
Clancy? He's Clancy too?
Yeah.
Clancy Wiggum too, right?
Oh, yeah. Huh. Everybody's Clancy.
Couple of Clancys in this.
It's a big name back in the day.
I guess so. And they have a happy ending.
I liked that one. It was funny and it referenced a lot of pop culture stuff that you like didn't need to see the base material to kind of get.
Yeah.
Like obviously we have an entire podcast about this, but I have not seen a lot of movies apparently. And I still get some of the references, even though I haven't seen all of the movies that this episode is based off of.
For something like King Kong, it's so big that you know King Kong without actually seeing the movies.
Just being in the world. Yeah. So I appreciate that in this episode because, unless you've pre-seen all of the movies that they're referencing, sometimes you don't get it. Mm. And then there's like no funny inside jokes for you.
And then back to the Simpsons house. And we have that bit that I was talking about that I love so much of, well, fruit is nature's candy. And then someone throws an ashtray at Marge.
Yeah. I think I've heard you say fruit is nature's candy as well.
Yeah. But now I believe it a lot more. Mm-hmm. I didn't love fruit when I was a child. Now, ooh,
berries.
Can't get enough.
Nope. Dial Z for zombies. Is that based on M for murder?
I assume so, but it doesn't really have anything to do with the plot. But
that's
just the
kind of what I
title.
thought, but like just the title ripoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Hitchcock movie, Dial M for Murder, another Hitchcock. Hitchcock comes up a lot in
He
these.
does.
As does Stanley Kubrick, which maybe is less obvious.
Yeah. Clockwork Orange. Yeah.
And there'll be a Shining one. There's been, quite a few. So this one is more of a parody of nothing directly that much, but it's a mix of Pet Sematary, Night of the Living Dead, and a lot of Return of the Living Dead, too.
Oh.
Which is a very good movie. I was thinking for my spooky movie, I couldn't think of a movie to do, and just talking now, it's like, oh, there's so many.
Yeah, you've just
So
identified
many.
like 3 movies that we
Return of the Living Dead is a lot of fun.
I haven't seen it.
Not yet.
I'm sure it's great.
It really is. It's very funny. And in the Pet Cemetery, there's tombstones for Fish Police, Capital Critters, and Family Dog. And those are all funny because they are all pet things. So they should be in the Pet Cemetery. But those are all animated shows that came out around the time Simpsons got really successful. They pumped out a bunch of like animated and sometimes getting into the adult animation, and they were not successful. Each one of those came out after The Simpsons became successful and were already canceled by this point in season 4.
Oh, wow. So not successful.
No, that's why they're in the cemetery.
That's funny. That's a funny little dig.
So much so that once, you know how I made like little handy cam movies when I was a child? We made one called Turtle Cops, was a joke about fish police.
Turtle Cops.
And it would just be like one of us being an angry police captain, and then it would just be a shot of a turtle, and we'd put like dialogue over it.
Oh, I like
And
that.
then there's,
I'd
like,
like
the
to
criminal.
see all of these.
I don't know that you would.
I think it's
Because I made movies as a professional that were in theaters, and you don't watch any of those. So I don't think you want to watch my movies that I made when I was 7.
I think Turtle Police sounds cute though.
Turtle Cops.
Turtle Cops, sorry.
I think it was called Turtle Cops. I thought it was pretty good. Turtle Cops had some great bits in it. We'll have to ask Galen if he still has a copy. Oh, but I didn't even start at the beginning.
No, we got like half. I was looking for where we were at the beginning, and I was like, I don't think we actually talked about it.
I loved the bit about Bart having a book report, and he says he read a book intended for kindergartners, and he didn't even fully read it.
No.
Like, well, most of it.
He's like, A, Z. Here you go. That's all you need to know.
But he has the salesmanship.
He does. He's very confident in his book report. I like that he goes to the library and he's like, oh, never noticed that before. It's like spooky occult section
This giant
with
thing.
candles and like it's like wanders right in.
Oh, yeah, because he's going to try to revive Snowball 1, I assume, at this point, because Lisa is sad.
So sad.
And I like when Bart and Lisa act like caring siblings.
Yeah.
It
helps him out.
Because you had to have that to make the bratty Bart. You had to offset it.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just be all one note.
True.
He needs a little bit of a conscience. I think he's at his best in earlier seasons when he has a bit of a conscience, but still does bad things, but then is also regretful about it.
And he's not like 100% bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he's casting the spell, he is, of course, wearing a album cover of Michael Jackson's Thriller, which is about dancing zombies.
Right. I thought that was a funny hat.
And all of the spells that he casts are just for things in a certain category. So first he says Cullen, Rayburn, someone, Trebek, which is also all game show hosts. Then there's Zabar, Caldor, Walmart, which are all stores.
Right.
Kojak, Mannix, someone, Dano, which is all TV detectives.
Right. Yeah.
And Trojan, Ramses, Magnum, Chic, which is all condoms.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's not really like a joke.
It's just funny
But
that that's like the spells that he's doing.
I like in this episode that so much of it has that kind of purple blue cast to it, and the colors are a bit different than what they usually use because it makes it feel Halloweeny and spooky, and they don't do that enough anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course, the spell accidentally raises the dead, and they come home to ask for help. And another one of my favorite jokes of, did you wreck the car? No. Did you raise the dead? Yes. But the car's okay? That's a good bit.
On the list.
That he asks, did you raise the dead?
Classic Homer.
And Principal Skinner is a zombie earlier on. And he asks Martin Prince to come to the office and to bring that big, juicy chess club brain of his.
Yes, which is very funny.
Which is something that happens in more than one of these where there's an announcement to bring someone to their death and they go, but they're just scared.
Yeah,
about it.
he knows.
I like that. He knows what's going to happen, but he has to go because he was called to the office.
Oh, in elementary, when people were called to the office, did everyone go, ooh?
I feel like that got bigger in like middle school, junior high.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
maybe I'm thinking about like late elementary, but like I just remember when someone would get called over the intercom, I would be like, ooh.
But I feel like in grade 2, it's often just like, oh, you forgot your lunch and your mom brought it for you. It's less being in trouble.
The only time I got called to the office was when I won a prize.
That's the only time ever?
Ever.
Wow.
I wasn't a bad kid.
We had different lives.
We did. But yes, everyone went, ooh, and I freaked out the entire time I was walking because I couldn't figure out what I had done wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I'm going to call my mom. We had done some like fundraiser with M&Ms, and I had won like a prize package or something.
Of M&Ms?
I think there were some M&Ms in it, but I think there was like merch, like M&M themed merch or something.
Oh.
Like it was like a little prize basket. So I got to go and get that.
Of candies, I think M&M's probably has some of the better merch.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't actually remember exactly what it was, but I do remember like the more of whatever we were selling, you got more points towards something from a catalog that you could pick. And then everyone who participated was entered into a draw for this like magical basket of things.
And candy. There's a sideshow Mel zombie that jumps out of that box and drags Krusty in. I like that of him opening up that big present and it's just been Mel, zombie Mel. And then Krusty has that bit of send me your parents' brains or write brains on a 3x5 card.
Which is very funny.
That was a thing. I bet that joke doesn't play to kids anymore, but we were of a time of writing things on a 3x5 card.
Yeah.
TV would ask you to do that so often. Or it'd be like send in the barcode or a reasonable hand-drawn facsimile
of the barcode.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Do you know anyone? I want to ask anyone out there. Did you ever draw a barcode to send in for a contest? Because
I didn't.
That seems crazy.
They
would just write out all the numbers, I guess?
Yeah. It's strange because barcodes are like really random. It's not like, oh, draw a tree. It's like, draw this barcode.
It must be that they had to have a way that you can win without buying the product. So
Yeah, because that's the law. You have to be able to enter without purchasing.
And we get another Kang and Kodos because they have to be in every episode, but they're pretty much irrelevant to this one. They just pop in. And they go to the school because they're going back to the occult section in the library. And for whatever reason, George Washington, Albert Einstein, and William Shakespeare are all in Springfield in the school.
I was going to say, was George Washington buried in Springfield?
Yep, they all were.
Wow.
Einstein and Shakespeare, too.
Shakespeare. I didn't know he ever came to the New World.
Fictitious town?
Yeah. But I guess if Springfield's fake, then their place
Springfield
of death
is
can be fake.
Land of convenience. Whatever you need for your story, it's
there. Yeah, mountains, skyscrapers, whatever you want.
And I think Homer is doing a Terminator thing when he's going through the school. I'm pretty sure that's a scene from Terminator 2.
Oh.
You ever seen that?
No.
Yeah,
I've never seen a Terminator.
I think 2 is very good. 1 is good. 3's fine. And then there's, 12 other ones.
Ooh, that's a big franchise. Is that when he says, I'll be back?
It is.
Okay.
So you already got that.
I live in the world.
And they are successful, and they are relieved that they didn't turn into mindless zombies. Man fall down. Funny.
I did like that ending on the couch watching TV.
That's a bit they use a lot in the show, in the regular episodes too, that people who watch TV are mindless zombies and they're just mocking you, the viewer. But what are you going to do about it?
Right?
Nothing.
Nothing, you zombie.
So now we've done 3 on this. So far, so good?
So far, so good. This was probably my favorite so far.
I think it's my least favorite of the first 4, but the first 4 are the best 4 of all of them. I go 4, 1, 2, 3. Number 4, which we'll do, I guess, next year.
Yeah.
Next year is, I think, my favorite. I think 1 is fantastic. I know a lot of people don't think it holds up as well, but Bad Dream House it's so good.
I thought 1 was good, and it's definitely the one that I've seen the most, and I don't know why, but it's a good one. And Hungry Are the Damned, I enjoyed that one.
Fantastic.
And The Raven, because I like The Raven.
It's
generally.
Yep, all of that's great.
That's 3 really solid stories. But number 3, pretty great as well.
It really is. It has some of my favorite jokes, really ever, in a TV show. I think some of those are my very favorites. But 3 has some jokes that remind me of later seasons, of just like a quick throwaway that's a reference to something that I don't love as much, but it's still fantastic.
Classic.
One of my favorite things. I can just close my eyes and watch it whenever I want.
I know. I'm amazed at your ability to just like write all the notes just from your brain.
I try not to watch them anymore because I know them too well.
Yeah.
What an episode.
What an episode.
All right. Well, all wrapped on that?
All wrapped on that.
Okay, now I am very curious, Samantha. What is your movie pick for this Spooktober that we'll be talking all about next week?
So I was trying to figure out what movie to do, and I could not find a movie that I had seen that I thought, 1, you hadn't seen, and 2, I loved. So I went to movies I probably should have seen because they're like up my alley, and that I want to see and that we're going to watch.
All right.
So this movie has teenage girls in cute outfits.
Okay.
Fancy girls. Cliquey girl group.
Okay.
And witches.
Is it The Craft?
It is The Craft.
Yes, let's go.
Because I was going through like lists and like trying to figure it out. And I was like, okay, I need to stop thinking about this as like movies I've seen that I want to watch again and just go with like, what haven't I seen that I really probably should have? And it is 1996's The Craft.
I haven't seen The Craft in a long time. I'm very excited to watch it. All I remember, of course, cast-wise, Fairuza Balk and Neve Campbell.
Yeah, there's so many people in this that go on to other things. Skeet Ulrich is in this. Breckin Meyer's in this.
Breckin Meyer was in a lot of horror stuff early in his career.
Like teen horror. Yeah. Christine Taylor, who's been in a bunch of things. Yeah, so I'm excited to see this because it does have like a bunch of people who go on that I know have careers still. And I haven't read anything other than they go to a high school in Los Angeles and there's like a transfer in student.
Yeah.
That's all I know. And then the poster.
Okay, well then I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
For people out there, if you know the movie Juice, Tupac Shakur and Omar Epps, Juice and The Craft, it's kind of the same story in different worlds.
Interesting.
But I'm excited to watch The Craft.
Me too. I have purposefully avoided spoilers or anything and have only looked at like the bare minimum of their like a Google launch page when you click on The Craft 1996.
Okay.
So I don't know much about it. Unfortunately, it is not really streaming anywhere in Canada. It's on Prime if you have like the Hollywood channel, and it's on Crave, and then you can rent it from Google Play Movies or Apple TV. So sorry, it's probably at your local library.
Yeah, go to your library. It might be on Canopy or Hoopla, and if you can't find it at any of those, just send us a message.
Yeah,
we'll hook you up.
We can help you out. So I'm excited. It does feel like it's like right up my alley, so I'm really excited.
All right, well, let's go watch the 1996 teen supernatural horror. Maybe that's what we'll call it.
Sure, yeah.
I can't remember if it's actually a horror movie.
It says horror fantasy on Google, but that's never like...
Yeah, I don't remember
really...
if it's actually scary.
Okay.
But I guess we're going to find out soon enough. Go watch it, and we'll meet back here next week.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Ooh.
Ah!